Patriots at the Steelers. The over-under is 30 points. The Steelers are 6-point favorites. Okay. Sit the quarterbacks.
Wait. Mitchell Trubisky said he planned to be aggressive.
Okay. All right. Stat of the game. In their last 3 games, the Patriots held Jonathan Taylor to 14.5 points, but he had 23 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown and 1 catch for 6 yards. Saquon Barkley scored 6.2 points, and Austin Eckler scored 4.7 fantasy points. And if you just look at all the running backs against the Patriots, for the most part, I think you could say if they don't score, they do not have good games. Jamie, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, or Ezekiel Elliott, who's the best running back in this game?
Zeke, and that's disgusting to say, but you're looking at him as the solo act, getting all the work and hopefully all the work in the passing game. And Najee and Warren, I think, as he said, the run defense for the Patriots is worth noting. That it's tough to say that one's going to be better than the other significantly. So I would still start Harris over Warren at this point, but both outside my top 24. Zeke is in my top 20, and even if DeAndre Swift plays, I would start him over Swift, for example. So I think there's just looking at Ramondre and what he's done in this terrible situation, looking at Zeke and how he performed last week against the Chargers. I know it was an easy matchup, but against the Chargers with all that work, especially the work in the passing game, I'm going to go with Ezekiel Elliott.
Based on the previous conversation, it doesn't sound like anyone would have Zeke over Hall and Eckler this week, right?
No, I would not. No.
Nope.
Okay. Would you start Ezekiel Elliott or Noah Brown?
Zeke.
Garrett Wilson against the Texans.
Zeke.
Wilson for sure in PPR.
I might take Zeke even in. I don't know if I can do it.
They may have the same amount of catches. I'm taking.
Yeah, I might. It's so much easier in 9.5. I think I'll take Zeke.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm glad I don't have to make this decision. Zeke or DK Metcalf?
DK.
That's Metcalf.
There's more upside with him, even in a tough matchup.
All right, but we saw 2 weeks ago what San Francisco did to DK Metcalf. It was ugly.
You didn't ask the fun one that I thought that you would.
Oh, please.
Zeke or Tony Pollard?
Oh, yeah, that is fun. This is really fun.
Who's having fun?
Yeah, no, that's stressful. Pollard for Jamie?
Yeah, but it's close.
Against the Eagles.
It's Pollard.
I've got Zeke 1 spot higher.
I hate putting all this faith in Ezekiel Elliott.
It's a lack of faith in Tony Pollard.
And I'm happy that people either stashed him or picked him up off the waiver wire. Can he get you 15 fantasy points in PPR without a touchdown?
He got 13 last week in a shared role.
I don't think he needs 15 to beat Pollard.
It's true.
The Eagles' run defense has been a little leaky lately. They've got injuries at linebacker. One game they were missing at defense.
Got a linebacker though.
Oh, okay. They got like one of the worst linebackers. I'm sorry. I know he's got a big.
They just added somebody, So
yeah, I don't think I can really look at that as a big upgrade. And if Cunningham comes back, that'd be different. But the Eagles are a little beat up the middle on defense, so Pollard might be okay.
Yeah, I'm not sitting the Cowboys running back at this point. I just think he's passed the test the last month, and I think you got to trust it. But so has the Patriots running back, and so it's not necessarily just Ezekiel Elliott. It's what Ramondre Stevenson has done. And if this was Stevenson facing a depleted Pittsburgh defense, I'd have no hesitation. So sure. Whereas Stevenson would be a top 15 guy for me, Zeke is just outside.
Well, that's kind of the question I have about the Steelers' run defense. Is it as does the Landon Roberts matter that much? I don't know.
Well, they need somebody who knows what they're doing. And that's not to say that Landon Roberts doesn't know what he's doing. He left early, and his replacement didn't. And so now they've got a bunch of veteran middle linebackers, and I guess Roberts is in that mix. One of those guys will be in the middle. It doesn't mean that they're going to be good at their job, but at least they'll be able to bring in the play, direct other people on the defense, be the quarterback of the defense, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
The thing that makes me more interested in both Zeke and Najee, and I do have Najee higher, is that it's a Thursday game. It's late in the season. Both these defenses are going to be exhausted. It's a tough spot for them. It's an easier spot for the running backs. I would expect them both to be pretty good.
You're the only one who likes Najee, right? I feel like the
Not
rankings
just
way
me.
off on Najee, very different on Najee. Okay, so Dave says
He needs to
Najee.
score. If he doesn't score, he's terrible.
All
I
right.
do the same for Zeke.
Zeke just had 4 catches. When's the last time Najee had 4 catches in a game?
That's the thing is I think it's more likely that I like Warren a little bit better than Najee, but I agree with Jamie that either one's in my top 24. I just think if you're going to be good against the Patriots, you're going to have to catch 4 or 5 passes, or you're going to have to break a big run, and those are both more likely to be Warren.
Okay, I'm going to read some chat questions in a minute when we're done talking about this game. We have some good questions in the chat about this game, so get ready for that. Real quick on the Patriots wide receivers.
Nope.
What if Douglas plays? Can he get you this 11 PPR points?
Yes.
I would guess we could probably talk about that tomorrow when we get him. But yeah, I think 11. You know, he had a 9 target, 6 catch game before he left with a concussion, and he had just under 11 PPR points. So that's just 6 for 50 is might be a stretch.
And I don't think Devontae Parker's the worst deep flex if Douglas is out. But he have 9 targets last week. There's always a week or two where Devontae Parker scores 15 fantasy points every season. We're due.
He's also 6 for 50 at best, maybe 5 for 60.
Yeah, but Douglas scored 11 fantasy points against the Giants on half the snaps. So if he gets back,
it's very encouraging.
Did he even participate in practice yet?
No.
I don't think there's any chance.
Well, they really haven't been practicing. It's a lot of walkthroughs and estimated practice reports, but he hasn't cleared the protocol, which is the big thing.
Right.
All right, let's go to the Steelers here.
And they're not trying to win, so
right.
Sid Hunter Henry, Sid Trubisky. We talked about Dave likes Najee. Dave and Jamie and Heath would prefer to sit the Steelers running backs. Dave likes Najee as like top 20, not top 12.
They're very close.
And
Najee and Zeke are close.
Deontay, any interest in Pickens or Deontay in this game?
Deontay is a
PPR
starter in
flex.
3 receiver leagues.
Okay.
We got this track record of Trubisky leaning on Deontay Johnson when he's played. It's the only reason to be interested in Deontay Johnson.
I think that Deontay is a number 3 in full PPR and Pickens is Devontae Parker.
Okay. If Demario Douglas plays, would you go with Deontay or Demario?
Deontay.
Demario, but I don't think that's actually
okay. And then as far as Pat Freiermuth is concerned, how are we feeling about Pat Freiermuth?
Low end starter at best.
Yeah.
At best.
Right around 12.
Okay. Pat Freiermuth or Taysom Hill, PPR.
That's
Taysom.
Isaiah Likely.
Move.
I've got Likely.
Spot out Likely.
What did you say, Heath?
Freiermuth. I've tried to move Likely up in my rankings because the projections hate him so much. But the reason the projections hate him so much is because there's been 3 games basically Mark Andrews has not played or missed most of the game. And Likely has like 0, 1, and 8 fantasy points.
And his ADOT is like 4 yards. They don't really use him downfield at all. So I think, I feel like he's got 1 game now to prove himself, at least to me. And if he has another game where he's just like a gimmick player, then I think, unfortunately, Likely is probably not going to be a thing. But all right, Freiermuth, we've seen the last 2 games, 1 great, one terrible. And which DST do you like better?
He had 1 great one with Kenny Pickett against the easiest matchup in fantasy, or for tight ends. It doesn't have to be for fantasy, with the Bengals.
You like the Steelers better? No, I said DST. You like the Steelers better, but Patriots are a low-end starter. All right, so let me see if I have any questions here. I know I do. Deontay Johnson or Joe Mixon, half PPR?
Mixon.
I'll take Mixon.
Deontay Johnson or Cup?
I'll take Cup.
Cup just barely.
Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, or Jerome Ford, half PPR, if Cooper plays?
I think you got to like Ford after what we saw from that Jaguars defense last week.
Ford, you said?
Ford.
I think Cooper would be the answer if Cooper plays, right? Or no?
Yes.
Am I crazy?
Yeah, he gets in a couple practices this week. I'll take Cooper.
In half PPR, I'd probably still go Ford, but
Okay.
They're flexes.
Replacing Derek Carr, Desmond Ridder, Jake Browning, or Mitchell Trubisky?
Browning.
But in non-PPR, it'd be Browning also.
And then last one, Zach Moss or Ezekiel Elliott?
Moss.
What they said.
Moss.